Hello, everybody, or anybody who's here. I am just trying to pull up my plot notes to try to figure out what I'm supposed to be writing today. Unfortunately, I did not follow through with any of my plans, and I didn't do any writing between the last time that we had a stream. So I'm still behind where I need to be. I don't know what it is. This draft is like, I have not had this much trouble with a book since my debut novel, honestly. Um, and I don't know what it is about the first draft of this book, but it is just like, it's, it's so hard. Yay, Michelle, I'm glad. I really need these sprints today too. Because like I said, I have not written, so I'm glad I'm not the only one with that. Uh, because I don't know what it is. This is just I'm like frustrated with this book, and I have like taken several breaks trying to find the momentum again to get going. But then every time I take a break, it's getting to the point where like I'm just like losing momentum and motivation to do this. So and then like just getting in my head too much about it. So honestly, I think that I don't know. I don't know what to do. I think today I'm going to try to just like make a marathon out of it and write as much as I possibly can today and hope that that like kickstarts something. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that works. Yeah. So let's go ahead and like pick a little affirmation for our writing today. We'll try to dig through to the bottom. Here's my cute little jar. It's kind of a fun jar. And then we'll try to dig one from the bottom today. Let's see, Michelle. Yeah. That's what I need to do. I need to decide that I am just gonna like it's just gonna be crappy. And I know that, but it's so hard. It's so hard to like write crap sometimes, you know? Like I know it'll be good in the long run and we can fix stuff later, but I just am struggling with that. So here's hoping that we can both just, accept whatever crap version that we come up with, and then we can fix it later. Okay, here's our affirmation today. I can empower myself to follow my desire to create, which I feel like is very relevant. That's I just need to find that empowerment for myself. I do want to like write this book, and I like still care about this story a lot. I want to write it. I just am not doing very good at empowering myself. Honestly, I have like given into a lot of distractions lately too. That's my other big problem. I don't know if you guys are familiar or if anybody plays video games much, but Starfield just came out, which is like the same people that made like Fallout, and I love Fallout, and Starfield is like kind of a sci-fi space role-playing game. It's very fun, but I probably should not have been playing that when I have like an entire book to write that I'm behind schedule on. So, okay, I'm going to write this on our board for us in my most nicest handwriting, which is not my favorite. Yeah, if you, so yeah, I love Fallout. I love like all the, like just running around and like, I don't know, it's Fallout is fun, and it's like, yeah, like there's a lot to explore and a lot to do. New Vegas is my favorite one. Michelle, I'm curious which Fallout game is your favorite. But Starfield is very much reminds me of Fallout, except that it's not like quite as dark and brutal, I guess, because it's not, at least not so far. That's not to say it won't become that way later on. Maybe I just haven't explored enough, but it's huge, honestly. I told myself that I was just going to mess around with the character creator because that's always a lot of fun. and then I did not stop there. So 50 style bunker game. Yeah. Um yeah, you're in like a fallout shelter basically, and everything is kind of stuck in like that 1950s era kind of situation. So really interesting world building, and like yeah, it's just kind of a fun game. But oh, where am I? Desire to create. Okay, we'll put that over here, and like last time, I am just going to be moving the camera while we're doing actual writing because it makes me self-conscious to just be on the screen all the time. So, okay, I think that I am ready to go, and I know what I'm doing. I Because I didn't write last time, I didn't finish up the chapter that I kind of left off on last time, so I just like definitely cheated and put a little note to myself to add something to end the chapter. So we're just gonna start a new chapter and switch point of view characters, and maybe that will help. We'll see. I don't know. Okay, let me pop up our timer. I think we'll go ahead and start with just 20 minutes, and then if we want to go longer next time, we can decide if we want to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and move this. Yeah, finding the notes to myself is a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it is like I kind of do that too much sometimes. I'm not doing it with descriptions anymore though, so that's like, a positive, I guess. Okay, can we see that beautifulness? Awesome. Okay, and I guess we'll just go ahead and get started then. Okay, good luck with your sprints, Michelle, and I hope we both get some great words down. Ready, set, where did, okay, I'm trying to click on the video that's like the screen share thing, then that's not correct. There we go. Ready, set, go. All right. How did we do with that one? That was a pretty good start for me. Well, kind of. I kind of skipped around a little bit, but that's all right. It always takes me a few minutes with these to like really get into the groove of things. Probably doesn't help that I didn't write anything. So we had 258 words for that round. Halfway through outlining the finale. That's awesome, Michelle. That's great. Those finales are, oh man, they're hard to pull off. I think I'm gonna have to like rewrite mine for sure about 57 times. So that's good. I do have kind of a rough outline for it, but not really. It's not great. I was just working on a scene where the characters are having to get into a city that they're traveling to. Trying not to spoil too much here, but that's kind of an obstacle for them. So they're trying to figure out how to do that without getting caught. So kind of a scheming, planning sort of scene, which is going to be fun. Yeah, no spoilers for sure. We don't want to spoil that too much, but just kind of vague. Trying to get into somewhere where they're going to be in trouble if they get caught, and just trying to not get caught. So. Oh man, we'll take a break for a few minutes before we get going on the next one. Did anybody do anything fun this weekend? Let's see, what did I do this weekend? I went to the farmer's market. That was fun. I sell books and art there a couple times a month, so I did that. I actually this month have some kind of in-person event almost every single weekend in September. So I'm doing the farmer's market a couple times, and then I'm doing the Pride Festival at the end of the month, and then in 2 weekends, I'm really, really, really still hoping to get into FanX. At this point, I don't think that it will happen, honestly, but I am still kind of holding out that they will email me very last minute. I did reach out to them and let them know that if nobody, if you have somebody not show up on Thursday, let me know and I will drive over there and be there. I am already planning to go just to attend the convention. So I'm gonna buy our tickets for Friday anyways, and then if I end up not getting a table, which is probably what will happen, then we'll just go and have fun. But if I do get a table last minute, then it's fine. I already had taken the day off work anyways, and that's great. Oh yes, Michelle, you should tell me how you're enjoying Lost. I have many thoughts and feelings about Lost, but I did really enjoy the earlier seasons especially. And the characters are really interesting too. I will say that. They had good characters for sure. So that's good. I'm glad that you it'll be good to have the day off anyways. Last year we went, and that was kind of what got me started on this whole I could sell books and art in person. Why not? So it will be fun to go back either way, even if I'm just walking around again looking at stuff. And my brother and his partner are gonna go with us, I think, so that'll be super fun. And you're loving it so far. They failed to explain a lot, but I think that knowing that going in will make it less frustrating. You're on season 3 now. All right, flying through that. Love it. Love binge watching stuff. That was one of my frustrations with it too, was that they did fail to explain a lot. So anyways, you'll have to let me know what you think about it by the end, and we can chat about that, because it's good. It's good characters, good storytelling in some ways. and you're on season 3 now, so you're still in the good parts of it. I am also possibly going to try to put together some kind of costume to wear for FanX. I don't know what that will be yet. I have these like portal boots that I made a long time ago, and then I think I got pieces to make like the rest of the costume. Like I think I have like an orange jumpsuit, possibly. So that would be like an easy one to put together. So I might do that. We'll see. You're a big shipper, so it's fun seeing who ends up with who. I also like that part of the show for sure. I was like, yeah, kind of the interpersonal relationships and some of the things like that. So that was fun. Yeah, costume would be really fun. We'll see. It's like 2 weeks away, and like, yeah, I probably have time to pull something together. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, are we ready to get started on the next one? The next sprint, can keep going with that outline. I'll get these characters moving through this sticky situation that they're in. Another sprint. Maybe you will. Hey, you know what? Maybe you'll get words, and maybe you'll just get more of your outline done. And either way is great, I think. So, okay, let me figure out how to share my screen. There it is. There, put our nice little motivational quote over here again. Okay, do we want to do 20 minutes again, Michelle, or do you want to do a little longer? I don't care either way. Either way is fine with me. Let's do another 20 and then we can go longer next time. Okay, that sounds like a good plan. Let's do it then. Okay, here we go. Ready, set, go. All right. All right. How did that one go? Mm, 40 whole words. Way to go, Michelle. That's awesome. So because I jumped around so much the last time, I don't actually know what is. I don't know how to sort out like what is new words and what's old words. But total between the two sprints, I have 524 words. So I did about the same, I think, as last time. Not too bad. We'll take it. I am doing a lot of dialogue right now. So far, this scene has been mostly dialogue, but it's the kind of dialogue that's like the characters trying to work out what they're going to do next and trying to, for me, trying to explain like why they're making one choice over another. A lot of that probably ends up being cut out in revisions, but for now, that's kind of where we're at. So, even though usually I do write a little faster when I am writing dialogue, with stuff like this, I do kind of have to slow down and make sure that I'm like providing a good rationale for readers, but also at this stage for myself, so that I know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Yeah, go ahead, go get some tea, get a snack, do some stretches, whatever you gotta do to be ready for the next one. Mm-hmm. I am still just trying to figure out. So I technically started part 2 of this, which is it's good to be like moved on to part 2, but I don't know that this will actually stay part 2. I may need to move it a little later. Just out of curiosity, I want to see where I'm at for this whole draft, and that's not as good as I thought it was. So I still have like 32,000 words, almost 33,000 words for this draft. I really just need to buckle down and actually write. I am hoping that this next, like the part 2 will be faster than part 1. Part 1 of the book was difficult to get through. There was a lot of, I don't know, just like trying to get things going. A lot of bringing different characters together and then like setting things up for the rest of the story. So that ended up just being slow. Now that I'm kind of more into like the more exciting stuff and more of the action stuff, I am hoping that it will get a little easier and that I can make some better progress with that. A lot of the rest of the scenes are outlined a little better too, so that should help. But then I also have my my little board over here on the side where I just have a bunch of like sticky notes that I've written stuff on. Do I keep a list of all the loose ends you need to tie up by the end of the series? Yes. So with this book, with my previous series, I didn't do a good job of outlining it beforehand. I kind of just thought it was going to be one book, and then I was like, well, let's make it 2 books. And then I was like, well, actually, let's make it 3 books. With this one, I knew fairly early on that it was going to be 3 books. So that made a big difference because I was able to like plan out at least the big pieces. So I do know like some of the bigger pieces and the things that need to be wrapped up by the end of the series. I don't really like make a list of those things. They're kind of just like woven into the outline. Sometimes I'll have notes on my phone that if I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that one thing that I should probably address at some point, and then I'll put a note in my phone to do that. So not like a super official list, but it is kind of in the outline of stuff that I need to wrap up. How has that process been for you, Michelle? Do you, because I think you are like have 3 books planned, right? So are you like kind of winging that as you go a little more, or are you making a list of all the loose ends that you need to tie up? How are you doing with that? Also, what kind of tea are you drinking? I am still like a big fan of chai. That's my favorite. I if for I like didn't drink tea or coffee up until 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. I grew up Mormon, so like you don't drink tea or coffee. So like it's been like a new adventure for me to discover what kinds of tea and coffee I like. I did try a matcha latte at Starbucks yesterday, 2 days ago, and that one is not for me. I did not like that. I don't know if any, I don't know, matcha, just green tea, whatever it is. Basically, it just tasted like grass to me, like an underlying, that like, I don't know. So I grew up in a really small town in Idaho too, and like you could always drive by like the alfalfa fields or like a farm or whatever, and it has like this very distinct smell of hay, and that is what green tea matcha smells like and tastes like to me. Not a fan. Will not be doing that again. I don't know if I think matcha and green tea are possibly the same thing. I don't actually know. I don't actually know what I'm talking about because this is very new to me. So just ignore me. I don't know if that's right, but yeah, it was not for me. Did not like it. Chai is really good though. You should definitely try some chai because it is the love of my life and I love it. So you're on book 2 of 3. You're totally winging it. That's okay. I think especially for like a first series, that's pretty normal. Matcha is green tea, but a strong version of it. Okay. That makes more sense. Maybe. That might be, maybe I just need to try like regular green tea and it won't be as much of that like grassy taste. We'll see. We'll see. I think I actually have some in my pantry that I was using for like a hair thing. So maybe I'll try that. Lemongrass in plain green tea, so it's a milder flavor. Okay. That sounds good. That sounds better. So you do, let's see, you do the reverse outline once you've written the first draft. Okay. Yeah. Having done it both ways now with an outline and without for a series, I definitely think that writing a series with at least a basic outline for future books is helpful. Like you can always change stuff, and I've definitely changed stuff as I've gone along, but having like some of the big picture pieces is super, super helpful because like with this series, I was able to set things up in books 1 and 2 that are finally going to pay off and like play out in book 3. But like with my previous series where I didn't outline that, sometimes that worked. Like sometimes there were like happy little accidents that like, oh hey, yeah, there was this thing that we talked about in book 1 that could come back for book 3, but it was not intentional, which like there were also things that when I got to book 3, I was like, man, I wish that I had like plan that out and set that up earlier on because it would have worked better. Um, so so it can work either way. I think you can definitely make it work, reverse outlining it or whatever. But yeah, having done it both ways now, I definitely want to like continue to be more intentional with the way that I write series, and like if I'm going to write a series, let's decide that early on, and then let's like really commit to a plan at least a little bit. Yeah, part of doing it NaNoWriMo on a whim. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And that makes a big difference too. I think if you like aren't sure what you're doing, because that was my first series kind of too. I like started writing when I was pregnant and just ended up with a book, and then was like, well, this is a book now. And I guess I could keep writing a series, but it did not like that was not the intention going into it. So yeah, the process is a little different for sure. Series probably need outlines more than standalones. I think that that's probably true for the most part, or at least like I know some people like don't work well off an outline and just like to pants it the whole way, and if that works for you, that's awesome. I do still think that at least having some kind of plan in your head, even if it's not written out as like an official outline, but if you kind of have a roadmap, an idea of where you're going. Yeah, well, yes, yeah. It's great when you have those projects that just like, yeah, wasn't planning on writing a whole book that would turn into a series, but that's what happened. So I was just thinking about that too, because my first book, I was talking about how like I've not had this much trouble with a book since my debut novel, but also that's kind of a lie, because with my debut novel, I think I drafted that thing in like 6 weeks, 7 weeks. The first draft was done. And then this book obviously we are like 6 months into drafting this book, and it's not coming along very well. But I'm hoping that revisions will be easier, maybe. We'll see. With the first book, it was the revision process that like took all the time. So, a little different. All right, should we go a little longer this time, Michelle? I don't know if you want to do like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. I'm happy to do anything. This will probably be my last one, though. I do have to wrap up a little early. So it's 11:10 right now. Yeah, we could do like 25 or 30 minutes, and that would be fine either way. 25. Okay, let's do 25 then. Sounds great. All right. I've got our timer set up. And present the screen. Sometime I will get much faster at this, but not today. All right, here we go. 25 minutes. Good luck with your words. Ready, set, go. All right. There was that one. How did we do with that one? I did a little better with that one, I think. Total for the day, I ended up with, let's find out, 870 words, so that's not terrible. It's a little slower today. Oh, 415. Michelle, you're killing it. That's awesome. 415 words. That's great. Way to go. You're on a roll. So I think for me that's like 300 words the last time, give or take. So not too shabby. We'll take it. Dialogue is easy for you. Yes, dialogue tends to be easier for me too. It just flows a little better. I know what the characters are going to say, and then I know how they would respond to whatever was said previously, and then it just, yeah, it flows a lot better. So that's pretty good. I do have some more dialogue coming up, so hopefully I will be able to get through the rest of that. I am going to try to write a little more today. I don't know what your plan is, Michelle, if you're going to try to do some more writing too. I really think that I just need to give myself a kick in the butt and like really try to power through some of this stuff and get some momentum going. But that is the plan. In between some other stuff I have to do. I gotta go do some errands, and I have to take my daughter to get her haircut later today, and just do some other things like that. But yeah, I do need to keep at it. So I'll probably take a break for a little bit and have some lunch and do some other errands, and then try to come right back and do some more writing today, especially before kids get home from school, because then after that, it's hard to do anything. But yeah, check in later. I'm curious to see how yours goes too. Okay, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up for there today. I hope that the rest of your day goes great, and thanks for joining in. And if anybody is watching this later or is watching it now, I will be back next week doing some more sprints on Monday, probably around the same time. Usually I'm trying to start, let me see, because there is like one Monday this month where I need to start later, and that doesn't look right. I need to figure out which day that is, actually, because I have like a work meeting, but also I think it got moved to today, so I'm not 100% sure. So we'll find out. Regardless, sprints will be next week either at like 10 a.m. Mountain Time or later in the afternoon after my meeting at like 1 p.m. So I'm still trying to figure that out. I will make sure to let you know when that is. But anyways, have a good rest of your day. We'll see ya.